heaven. What you eat, so?
Hey, so Kale Splash of Rosé, Laila Milky, working with my favorite Plant Wish. We're gonna collab today to show you guys a few of our Thanksgiving favorites that are plant-based and vegan. You know, I've been vegan for 2 years now, but I really didn't want to go to my family's house and watch everybody else enjoy things and just only eat Brussels sprouts. So today I'm making my own Thanksgiving feast, and later on I'm gonna be celebrating with my beloved family. I'm gonna first show you guys my first step of what's Thanksgiving without mashed potatoes. So we're gonna boil the potatoes. I'm gonna let them boil for about 10-15 minutes until they get soft so I can prep them. And then later on, we will show you the magic we put inside of them so they can taste delicious. And I'm telling you, you won't know the difference. My mom loves dairy. I make these for her and she tears them up, period. Food and wellness restaurant in Tacoma Park, and they always put ginger in their sweet potatoes, which really sets it apart. So this year my thought was to make kind of like a vegan butter sauce with nutmeg, cinnamon. I'm gonna add a little turmeric, not too much because I don't want it to be overly potent, and then I'm gonna grate some of this ginger root in it, and then I'm gonna pour it over my yams, which I've been prepped, and I'm gonna then bake it. And then after that, we're gonna get into the stuffing. Then I also have some roasted Brussels sprouts over there that I seasoned with some Trader Joe's onion salt, a little bit of crushed chili flakes, grapeseed oil. I no longer cook with olive oil anymore. And I have my oyster mushrooms are gonna be my Thanksgiving turkey. I'm not really too into I'm not hating on the vegan turkey loaves, but I rather just, you know, old-fashioned fried chicken with a crunch, but with some oyster mushrooms from H Mart, which I love. Very affordable and tasty. And then we're gonna finish off with our mac and cheese. And then also, I believe I'm gonna saute some kale and spinach because I have to have at least 2 greens. I love this brand, Candied. If you're looking for something organic and you're worried about your budget, this almond milk, I know some people have, you know, feelings about almonds, but I love cooking with it, and it's only $1.99. So when people say vegan food is expensive, I'm sorry fam, but it's actually pretty affordable. How much was your turkey? My turkey was only $5. And then I have organic onions, celery, and mushrooms that I'm gonna put into my stuffing. I just kind of use the classic Pepperidge Farm and keep it easy with some vegan butter, and then also some vegetable stock. And then I just think you should just cook with love. When you don't worry as much and you just cook with love, everything flows. And then shout out to my girl Laila. I'm gonna be using her recipe with the mac and cheese. So basically this is vegan butter. Instead of putting it in the microwave, I put 1 stick of this in here, and then I'm gonna basically grate flavor into it. So I'm gonna grate real fresh ginger. I don't need to use that much because ginger is really potent. Badia or whatever, it's really good. I just needed some ground nutmegs, 99 cents. So it's even if you're on a budget and you're trying to cook you know, quality food, healing food, you can do it. You don't have to think that you don't have the means. Smells amazing. I'm just gonna probably put a pinch in there. And then at the end, I'm gonna whisk it all together. Cinnamon, I'm gonna whisk it all together, and I'm gonna put a little bit of brown sugar in it as well. I'm just gonna add a dash of turmeric. I don't wanna put a ton because turmeric is really gives a strong flavor. Just a dash. Grab some sugar. Yeah, sometimes you have to improvise. Kind of was doing a lot this week on the fly, but it should work out. Sorry guys. I guess people are just showing love. So you see that? Getting it together. I want the sugar to cook down and reduce down in it. A little bit of Himalayan salt into it. Let's torch. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna pour it on top of this. And now I believe these are gonna be the best ones I ever made. I feel it in my left titty. transfer it because I didn't know I had this can. I'd rather use this than the aluminum foil. I'm gonna transfer it. I think it'll get a lot better cooking because it's spread out, you know? Take these. Get that juice out. It's been about 10 minutes. Looking good. The Brussels sprouts probably now I have to take that one. I might add a little bit more oil to the Brussels sprouts. Now I'm gonna get into the stuffing. I'm gonna actually check these as well. Oh, they're perfect. They're soft. I'm gonna leave them for another couple minutes. I like them when they're really soft because I don't like chunky mashed potatoes. I know some people do. But baby, I'm eating for myself today, so I can do what I want. That makes it really easy. Shout out to you, Earth Balance, for the tablespoon measuring. I know that's right, okay? Split it in half. These are all from my grandma. Shout out to Situ, my Lebanese grandma. I have all her old pots and pans. And I mean, honestly, they do cook different. They just hit different. I might add a little seasoning to my stuffing. My mom says not to, you know, she's a little older. Maybe you're watching your sodium, but I believe in flavor, baby. That's how I feel. So I'm gonna add just a little bit, nothing crazy. I'm gonna let this melt down, and then I'm gonna add this to the pot. And then I'm not gonna do it so that it's like extremely soft, but I'm gonna do it kind of like in a, if you think about it, like kind of like a temperature like a steak to like medium, the vegetables. And then I'm gonna add the stock, bring that to a boil. The measurement is gonna be 2 cups. And then I'll add this, mix it together, make sure it's moist because the worst thing could be right now is dry stuffing. And I don't have my mother with me right now. She's handling her business, so I don't got my spirit guide, so I gotta let my real spirit guides guide me. It's really crispy. Right crispy. Organic whole black pepper, because you know, like my nigga Larry Jim said, we like to get organic on the bitch. I'm about to take this off, and I'm gonna dump it so we can just have them prepped and ready when we're ready to put them back. Perfect. Yes. Look, I'm sorry, I had to do it. Press down on it. That's what you want. Now you know they're gonna mash to perfection. Clean as you go, because it makes it easier. People don't realize vibration is in line to how clean your space is, you know? So we're gonna add the classic stuffing to the vegetable stock, and then we're gonna mix it in. If the stuffing seems a little too dry, then we'll add more, and then we will then transport it into a glass Tupperware to put in the oven to bake. Remember, we have kind of like a mirepoix in a sense, but we don't have carrots, so it's a different type of mirepoix. Mirepoix is typically onions, carrots, and celery. This one in particular is onions, celery, and mushrooms. Then we're gonna mix it all together. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm gonna need more vegetable stock. It's not given. I'm smelling Thanksgiving. It's making me so happy. I'm just thankful, dog. The Imagine brand, we have the Imagine and we have the Nature Promise. I mean, I try to use as much as I can organic. Then I'm gonna transport it, and then we're gonna basically take the sweet potatoes out of the oven as well. I have 3 more minutes. I think they're good, honestly. To be honest, I don't want it to be too burnt. I want a little bit of crisp. I like my, ooh, perfection. This is how I want my yams to be. I'm sorry. I want my yams to be like new vegan Sinbad. I channeled my vegan soul brothers and sisters, man. And it doesn't smell too sweet, and that was my plan. I don't want like overly sweet yams. Like, I just don't. Sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. And so here, we see how moist the stuffing already is giving, because we have to think it's gonna bake as well. I'm gonna fix it up so it looks pretty, guys. As well, like mix everything up a little bit more quickly. Like I said, we clean as we go, because I'm telling you, honey, I'm not coming home to a trifling kitchen. Oh. Use lemongrass with essential oil. Like, I make sure that everything in our household is clean products. What we use here. Set a timer for 30 minutes for my stuffing. Oh my God, Laila. Just kidding. I'm gonna set a kitchen timer. They said 350, so actually I'm gonna lower this to 350. And I'm gonna put this in my oven. And then the next thing we're gonna do is prep. We're gonna just prep the mashed potatoes and get it over with. And then after that, we're gonna do the things that are a little bit more complex, which will be the vegan mac and cheese. Shout out to Laila again. And then also, we're gonna make the fried oyster mushrooms as our meat. And I have a crab cake, but it's pre-made from roots, so I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna take that to the family function later where they're eating the flesh, okay? And I'm gonna add the rest of my butter, utilize the rest of my ingredients. And I'm gonna add some milk to it. I like Trader Joe's seasonings. One thing I like about seasonings, and I think it's really important to realize, like I think sometimes people are very thrifty when it comes to seasonings. They don't realize there's so many places you can get them for affordable prices. They don't have silicone dioxide in it, which is a free-flowing agent that makes your seasonings not stick together, but it's also over time can affect your respiratory system and your lungs. So it's just a good thing to know. So I just, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna sprinkle my stuff with love. Some holidays, I'm gonna live good. I'm still eating plants. I'm not perfect. Crush a chili flake to it as well. I'm gonna smell it. It smells good. I'm just gonna add a little bit of garlic, just a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot. So it's coming to a boil. Everything is reducing. And then now we are mashing. These potatoes were done so well. Like everything I'm really grateful for is coming out kind of perfectly right now. If you don't have a potato masher, use a fork, a big fork if you want. You can use, if you eat crabs or something, you can use a crab mallet if you have something like that. Get creative. Just don't use your hands. This is coming out to be perfection right now. You see the consistency of the fluff. You smell the flavor. Yeah, try some. I wish you could smell the flavor. Cook with love. And to think, shout out to my ex-boyfriend who told me I couldn't cook. Look at me now. Period. I went from cooking barbecue chicken, y'all. Barbecue chicken, basic sweet potatoes, thinking I was doing something, sauteed spinach, to making vegan food. You know why? Because I believed in myself. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? And it all came through trial and error. Nothing's ever gonna be perfect. We all have a perfect, vision in our mind of things. Try them. I don't care. We all family right now. We're in the kitchen right now.
Delicious.
And it's not too sweet. It's like, I just wanted a subtle sweetness. Try Brussels sprout. You good? You wanna have a good? Yeah.
It's cool. Delicious, bro.
Alright, so right now I'm going to be boiling the noodle. In the meantime, I'm gonna make the batter for the oyster mushrooms. Shout out to Scott Bernhardt, because he's initially the first person I got my fried oyster mushroom recipe for, or from, I should say. I apologize, but basically I just make an own play on mine now, which I really enjoy. I think that with everything you should obviously have someone that inspires you, but then eventually you should be able to make kind of your own spin on everything individually. That's what I at least believe.
Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend or foe. Hit that bell notification button so you don't miss part 2 as Laila Milky makes her delicious, famous fried chicken and mac and cheese, all plant-based. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. And we're also going to leave a link to Laila Milky's health and wellness blog, Kale Splash of Rosé, where you can find everything from a trap playlist to a dope recipe. Yours truly, Plant Wish.